Hello Gemini, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. This is a general life reading. Okay, let's see where we are. Let's see where we are for you this month. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that will help to move the videos around YouTube. Fourth house, so there may be a shift in your home situation. Now that can be a number of things. That can be like a renovation, or it could be a move, or somebody coming in, or somebody going out. It's also the atmosphere in your home. It's also your relationship to your family, your history, your ancestry, or your ethnic identity. Okay, so those three all wanted to come out. Let's get some astrology now. Chiron. Okay, so Chiron is the wounded healer. So there's going to be some healing in your home situation or your family situation. We've got void of course moon for 9th house, so if you're wanting to travel, it's not going to happen now. If you can travel, so maybe just do something locally. Then we've got Leo, I will, in the 2nd house. Bottom of the astrology deck is earth element stability. So with all this Taurian energy, that will also be bringing that in. Get some fairy tarot now. Okay, got Princess of Summer. Bottom of the fairy tarot is 3 of Winter. Let's get a destiny card for you. We've got Grace. Okay. Some goddess guidance now. Artemis. Isho. Irene. Okay. Bottom of the goddess deck is Pele, divine passion. Okay, so it seems to me that you have this issue that's coming up in your home situation or your family situation is going to be quite important for you. Let's have a look here. So we've got a 4th house, as I said. So this is your actual physical home, the actual structure, but it can also be where you are currently residing, or it's your actual home. You know, if you've been there a long time, or it's a long-term home, whatever is your situation. But it's also the atmosphere in the home and the people in your home. It's also about your connection to, or your relationship with your family, your history, your ethnic identity, your ancestry, your actual roots, your foundations, where you come from, and the people that you know, you grew up with, and so on. So it's your connection to your roots, your family. So we've got here Chiron healing. So this is always about the wounded healer. So this is wisdom through pain. So this is normally a learning experience, but it's to do with some aspect of your emotional life, to do with your home or your family, where you may have a situation coming up which is a repeated situation. So it could be just feeling vaguely uncomfortable about certain things because what's happening currently reminds you of a previous situation, or it's like, oh, this is happening again. Or it could just be feeling very uncomfortable and sort of very deep-rooted. So this could be something that has been repeating on and off for a long period of time, different circumstances, maybe different people, or it could just be something that is the second time that it's coming around again. But it can even be past life. So this is about dealing with that pain. Now this can be a physical wounding, but it can also be emotional pain. It's normally emotional pain. So if you have got a physical wounding and something is flared up around that again, you need to go back to the original time, the first time that physical wounding happened, and examine your feelings around there and what was going on in your life, because something from that situation has not been resolved or has not been dealt with emotionally. So think about that. Then it can also just be some sort of repetitive emotional feeling uncomfortable about it, something that is tending to repeat. Now, this is, again, you've got to go back to the original circumstance the first time and really examine this wounding, whatever it may be. You've probably covered it over or suppressed it, or, just ignored it, put it on the back burner, tried to block it out, whatever the situation is. Or you felt you just couldn't deal with it at the time. Maybe you were young, there are lots of things that can happen around that situation. So first and foremost, forgive yourself for anything that has occurred at that time. We are all growing and learning. That's what life is. It's a learning experience. So, but the best way to do this is to actually examine that original wounding, open it up, let the light in. Because as soon as you do that, then the situation loses, you lose fear for that situation, or dread, or whatever it may be. So open it up, let the light in, examine it, and don't be afraid to do that. And if you need help, then get help. But examine it, bring it into the light. Forgiveness is all about forgiving yourself from that situation. But when you do that, you release yourself, you release your energy from being trapped in that situation. Because with experiences, your energy gets trapped in a loop there unless you release it. And that can drain you your whole life. So that's about going in there and dealing with that, and apply forgiveness to the others. You don't have to condone bad behavior or any kind of other behavior, but what you are doing is you are cutting the cord to that and releasing yourself from that, so that your energy is not trapped there forevermore, and so that you can move on. And then your energy comes back to you. Now you are now moving forward. Chiron also deals with all natural remedies, natural therapies. So this may be relevant in your fourth house. Perhaps you have children as well. It can also be about that. It is medicinal as well, but it can also be, Chiron rules all natural therapies, remedies. So that's chiropractic, homeopathy, naturopathy, any of the natural therapies. Perhaps you need to apply that either to yourself or to somebody in your family. At this time, explore, try new things, because somewhere in there you may just find what it is that you're looking for. It's also developing an interest in this. So this can be around home things. Maybe you're making home remedies, something like that. It's all about that, and learning about that, and then spreading that knowledge outwards to others if need be. So it could also be a developing profession. It could be something that you really are interested in, and now you see a way forward to learn more about it, to understand more about it, to experiment, try new things, and so on, and you become knowledgeable. Now with Chiron, with the key element there, that is the sign for Chiron. This is about whatever wounding or healing that you go through in what we've discussed already. Any healing and experience that you go through that is very valuable in helping others. So it adds like a key element to you, where when you help others with the same situation or a similar situation, you both get healing. So it kind of, it has a sort of a win-win thing, but you've got to go through that process, and it's very valuable experience. It's what we come here to learn. So understand the mechanics behind this. Also with the Chiron, it rules all natural things. So this can be spending time in nature, the natural world, and obviously remedies and perhaps herbs or whatever it is that's coming from nature, herbalism, anything like that, anything that sparks your interest or helps you in some way. It could be that you're going to see somebody who can help you with using various natural techniques and so on. And if you are taking, if you are already in that field, then it's a good omen for taking exams or qualifying in that in some way, shape or form. But it can also be that something may come up to do with your family. Perhaps a child or something has a little bit of a mishap, an accident or a fall or something, and it's your experiences around that, what you learn from that experience, and that's how you help others, or you expand your interest and your ability to nurture your family as well. But ultimately, Chiron is about healing. It's about nature and it's about healing, and it's a very, very valuable experience. But these things are often deep, or they are related to something from the past or some sort of wounding, that has occurred. And a very valuable lesson coming from Chiron. Now we've got here Artemis Guardian, so you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So as I said, with the Chiron, this could also be even a past life thing that may just reverberate in your current life, where you just feel very uncomfortable about a situation. You're not really quite sure why. So therefore, if you can go and get some sort of past life regression or hypnotherapy or something like that, that may also come in handy for you. Just see how it resonates with you. But she's saying you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So whatever prayers and requests you have sent up, Artemis has responded. She is guarding the situation, guarding your loved ones. And what she's saying that is rather than expending, putting worry and concern into the situation, rather put your love and light into spreading the light outwards to others. And this is what the Chiron energy is quite often about. It's taking your learning experience, what you've understood from your situation, how you've healed, what you use to heal yourself or others, whatever the situation may be, and expressing that knowledge in some way to others. Now this can be just to a friend or to somebody you know. You may just pass on a really valuable piece of information, but spread that love and light rather than allowing yourself to get trapped in worry and concern. She's saying that your people are protected, but rather there's a better use for your energy. That's what she's saying. So now we've also got grace coming in. So this might very well tie up in with this, or it may come in again a little bit later on. But I do feel it is about approaching this situation from a grace standpoint. So give yourself grace and afford grace to others that may be involved in the situation as well. Because if you keep pushing negative energy into a situation, then your energy is going to get trapped there. It never gets released because it's very negative emotion, and it can bind you to that situation. So rather come from a standpoint of grace and let things go and free up your energy and return it to you so that you can make better use of that. We've also got 3 of Winter. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from the situation. Sadness that will heal with time. So I do feel something is coming from this situation. As I said, it could be something to do with the past or just a repeated experience that you're having, and it's connected to your home and your family. So reach out to others for help. And this could be a therapist, or it could be somebody who's wiser than you, who understands or knows about certain elements that may help you. But just understand that whatever this experience is, you're going to learn a lot from it, especially if you open up to the healing and acknowledge that this situation, whenever it happened, has had a valuable part in your life. It's had a valuable place in your life, and you've learned something from that. You must acknowledge it. You must acknowledge this learning experience and take it on board. And then once you acknowledge and accept it and then apply the forgiveness, then you will release yourself from there. So if you can get somebody to help you as well, that will also help. But just know that the healing will be, will take place. There will be healing in whatever the situation may be. And you will get stronger. Definitely with Chiron, that is very much the case. We've also got the other card that came out for the Fairy Tarot, we've got Princess of Summer, gentle, sensitive, kind, inexperienced. A new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. So it may very well be to do with this, or it could come up again, obviously, with other aspects of your chart. But just bear in mind that this person, this friend, or somebody else may invite you to something, or you could have an emotional experience where you are kind of learning something, and this is part of your life path. So it could be that this friend that you can link up with or may offer you an invitation may be exhibiting these qualities of gentleness, sensitivity, kindness, and they may just be not very worldly, not very street smart, but they've got a lot of kindness and compassion. So keep a lookout for that person, but otherwise it could be that you are in this situation and you are expressing this, or you need to bring this into your life in some way. But a new relationship, it could be a friendship or it could be a love relationship, and perhaps that's why there's something changing in the home as well. But it's also, it can involve an invitation as well, which we'll get to, or it could just be that you have a friend or somebody that you can chat to about things. Now we've got here the 9th house. So 9th house covers a number of areas. It covers faith, obviously. So this is faith as in religious faith, but it can also be belief systems. So you may not be religious, but you may have other belief systems. So it's the exploration of that, philosophy, religion, belief systems, all of that comes in under the 9th house. It's also the intuitive processes. So it's your intuition, what you are learning, what you are understanding through the intuitive processes. So this is not necessarily verbal. This is something that you're intuiting from such a situation. So this will come in for you as well, and may be very important. So that's that aspect coming in for this. But it's also the house of exploration and adventure and travel. Now this can be long distance travel or international travel, and if you're not physically traveling, then you may be reading up or researching or learning more about other destinations, or it can be connected to a interacting with foreign people in some way through a business related venture. So this can be import and export, or learning something through the philosophy and the religion and the belief systems. You may be learning things about foreign concepts and so on. All of those aspects may be coming in. It is also about a sort of higher education and study. So you may be a university student, or maybe you're wanting to go back to study, or maybe somebody in your family wants to study, and maybe they're leaving home now, and this is quite a wrench for you. Just take it as it resonates. This is higher education, so this is university level education, or it could be adult education as well. It's also the house of law, and the legal, the higher courts that may be coming in. So you may have a legal situation, or be tackling legal issues, or you could be learning the law. Something of that nature may be coming in as well. It's also your relationship to your in-laws, so that may be coming in with your 4th house as well. It's the connection with that. But it's very much about the seeking of truth, and that's why the intuition comes in, and this is where the philosophy and the religion and the belief systems, and also further education, and also obviously travel. So it's seeking things, actually going out and seeking, expanding knowledge in some way, and understanding broader concepts. That all comes in with the 9th house. Now we've got here void, of course, moon missing. So what this card is saying is that when the moon is between signs, she goes through a bit of a shadow phase where things are not quite what they seem. Okay, it's not a good time to be initiating big actions, or really launching something, because it's more of a dreaming and a planning phase. It's like a pause period. So it's also for rest and recovery. So you may have already been traveling, okay, and now you're coming back to rest and recover, or you may be trying to plan something, therefore the dreaming and the planning comes in. But it's saying that you've just got to wait for this phase to pass. Now, in ordinary circumstances, it only takes a few days for that to happen, but in the chart it may translate to a longer period of time. So this could be for the full month, or it could only be a portion of the month. But it's sort of a rest and a recovery. So you're going to feel the urge to do that, to rest, to pause, to sort of be dreamy and planning, thinking about things You may be planning an event or a trip or something else to do with the ninth house. It's kind of it's a recovery phase as well, if you have needing to recover from something. So it's a kind of a quietness, and just bear in mind that things may not be what they seem. But if you are, be careful where you put your energy. Don't put your energy into something big that you really want to manifest, or something that you want a result from, because you either will get the wrong result or no result. So this could be medical tests, this could be a trip, or it could be applying for something. Just try, if you can, try and wait until this period has passed. Use the period for this, like rest and recovery, but also dreaming and planning. And just bear in mind that things are not quite what they seem. You don't have everything, you don't have all the facts yet about the situation. So it's kind of a pause period. So while you're in this frame, Ishal Medicine Woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. What it's saying is that you need to explore this in some way. So this can be through your belief systems or your intuition. Perhaps you are in the spiritual field, or you are learning a new technique or some sort of skill, as I said, related to the natural therapies, or it could be medicinal, even home remedies, natural remedies, anything like that. Any one of those may be coming in for you, and you are perhaps even learning more about that. And it's saying that if you are, wanting to study, because the ninth house is definitely the higher education. So if you're wanting to study this further, and if you are taking exams, then Chiron is a very good indication for that. But otherwise, it's saying that you're going to be a channel for energy of some sort. You're going to be some sort of channel for either healing power, so it could be physical healing power, or it could be through what you write or what you teach, because the ninth house also deals with teaching. It also deals with publishing and promotional work of all kinds. So in some way, shape or form, what you've got to say or what you are expressing, or to do with your actual healing abilities, or the whatever modalities you are using, you can use that to spread this knowledge and to help others. If you are not in any of those spiritual fields, then it may just be that you are going to use your knowledge, which is your divine knowledge, what you've come into this onto this planet with. And this is something you've built up over many lifetimes. It's your knowledge, and you're going to be expressing that in some way to others, whether it's through teaching or publishing, or just through connections with others internationally. So you could be starting up a group, or joining a group which has international connections, or a meditation group, or whatever it may be. So it's saying that you can be a rod for, you connect to the cosmos, like a bolt of lightning, and you bring the energy down. And whatever that may be, whatever you are studying, it's saying that you have the ability to do this. And this is divine knowledge, and it can be expressed in many, many different ways, whatever your profession is, or whatever it is that you're wanting to learn more about or express to others. But just bear in mind that there is a bit of a pause at this time, so dream and plan and do your preparation in the meantime. I just want to focus on this actually here. We've got Pele, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So this could relate obviously to your fourth house, to do with your home and your family and your roots and so on. But it can also be to do with the ninth house. So this, especially if you're wanting to study something, or you're wanting to understand something more deeply, whether it's philosophy or religion, or belief systems, or you're just exploring life in general, it's saying, what is your divine passion? What really stokes up your energy, your enthusiasm? What will get you out of bed in the morning to go after it? What will you do for free? What skill would you do for free? Because you just love it so much, or because you really, really enjoy it and you feel so good when you do it. That is what your divine passion is. So she's saying, be honest with yourself, all right? Don't do things to please others. And in some cases, particularly some young people, when they're starting out on their learning journey, sometimes they follow courses which may not be right for them. So this is about saying what is right for you, okay? And have the courage to go after that, because you're going to get much more enjoyment from doing something which is right for you, and which drives you within, and which is ultimately going to give you that satisfaction and that pleasure and that reward and fulfillment. So she's saying, be honest with yourself. Don't suppress or ignore or procrastinate about something which you know is very important to you, which is what you really should be doing with your life. And that this can come in, as I said, with the 4th house, with family. Sometimes families put you under pressure to do certain things which suit them really, or which they feel are best for you, but you know better. You know that you should be doing something else. So it's all tied up with that. So if the family root situation comes in, but also, as I said, your faith in yourself, number one, and then faith in your journey and what you're learning or what you're going to understand about life, and also faith or just your journey in general. And it may involve traveling, it may involve higher education or publishing or whatever it may be. But this is about following your heart's true desire, what really motivates you, what lights you up inside. Okay, so don't procrastinate, don't suppress, don't ignore, because these things always come back around again, which is why Chiron exists. Okay, what you don't deal with comes back around again. Now we've got here 2nd house owning. So this is second house is everything to do with your what you own in your life. So this can be property, real estate, a home. It could be to do with your actual home, or it could be to do with anything else that you actually own. So it's ownership. It's also the house of your income, where your money is coming from or how it's coming to you. So whatever you do, or you may be retired, so this may be, you know, related to your income from that source, but whatever your source of income is, it's covered by the 2nd house. 2nd house also deals with your inherent talent, skills and abilities. So again, I'm coming back to this. If you're studying something, or if you're wanting to pursue something which is more aligned with you internally and not aligned with others, okay, you must do what's right for you. So this is about your talents and skills and abilities. This is inherent in you. This is something that you've come in with. And this is why you have Ishal, medicine woman. It's a terrible shame when people come into a lifetime and then they don't follow their skills or their natural talents and abilities for whatever reason, because it stunts your growth. It causes these repeat situations where things keep coming up and you just never get to deal with them unless you take a stand. Okay, so it's about following what is right for you in your heart. It's also your self-worth comes in with the 2nd house. Everything to do with that, and also your value systems. So what you value in yourself, number one, what you value in others, and what you value in situations, and also in material things. So all of these things have had quite an overhaul in the last year. So what are you really valuing at the end of the day? Are you valuing yourself? Because if you are, then going after your passion and doing what is right for you will come very easily. Okay, so honor yourself, number one, and then see how you can apply that to whatever else is going on. So, but it's all of those are wrapped up in the 2nd house. So now we've got Leo I will at the bottom. So this is a very this is a lovely creative energy. It's a very heartwarming energy. It's a very vivacious energy. There's romance in there. There's possibly love in there, but it's very much about relationships. It can be about children as well. Maybe your children are going through this. You know, perhaps your children are choosing a career or choosing something to study, and you need to pull back to let them choose what is right for them. So just take it as it resonates. But Leo is a very vivacious energy. It's a very courageous energy. It's a very outgoing energy, very loving, romantic, as I said, but it can involve children, lots of creative things in there, but also comes in a lot of honor and integrity. That is the lion. Okay, on the other side of that, there can be pride coming in as well. So just take it as it resonates. Maybe pride is preventing you from doing something, or someone else's pride has got in your way. See how it resonates for you, but apply this beautiful Leo energy. It's a very, as I said, a very courageous, very strong energy. It deals with the solar plexus. It's the yellow, which is all about your will and going after what you want. So, and standing your ground necessarily as well. So very creative, childlike, or to do with children, but there's a lot of passion there, romance, and it's a very courageous energy, and also outgoing, you know, social. So all of these situations, it was mentioned here that you may be invited to a social event. So if you are, then go, okay, because it's probably going to be important for you in some form to attend. With this house also, we've got Irene Peace. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. So what she's saying, that in this house, all those aspects I mentioned for the 2nd house, she's saying don't expend energy in worry. It really is a useless the thing. It's a terrible waste of your time and your energy. Worry only draws towards you the thing that you're worrying about. So rather find positive outlets for that, healthy outlets for that. Do something else, distract yourself, have a mantra or an affirmation which you slip into, which you say when you find yourself slipping into that. Just rather focus on the peace aspect. So as I said, with the grace and the peace aspect, I feel that you need to come from that when you deal with things, especially emotional things. Slip back into this frame and know that the universe has got your back. There's joy and happiness coming in there for you. There's abundance. There's children. If children is necessary for you, or you may have aspects to do with your children in here, or you may be wanting to start a family. This can come in a great deal of ways, but it's saying there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So please take that on board, release the worry, which is what Artemis is saying here as well. Do not expend your precious energy worrying about things like that. Rather spread your love and light around. That's a much better and more useful outlet for your time and your energy, your precious medicine woman healing energy. Okay, much better to focus on other things which are positive and that which are actually going to help you in the end. We've also got finally earth element stability. So this is saying that stability is coming in for you. Okay, so I do feel that with the second house, because you've got Leo there, but stability is coming in for you. So what this is saying is that this is about planting your roots firmly in the ground. So this could also be to do with a home situation. But when you do that, you need to be able to sway and move with the winds as well, things that are moving around you. You can't stay in a very fixed position. You can put down your roots and you can work towards stability, and it's going to come towards you. But it's also going, you may be tested a little bit with this, and this is where that moving, being a little bit more flexible, moving with the winds and so on. So think of a big tree. But it's also about planting things. It's about growth. And this can be financial growth, or it can be growth as in your person, yourself, especially with the Chiron energy. You're going to be growing a lot. So this is also could even be growth as in learning or traveling to learn, or any of those ninth house issues which we already discussed. So all of these areas are on the table. It's a very much about embodying that stability and that growth, thinking along those lines, thinking sort of accumulation of wealth, or accumulation of a wealth mindset. Now, health can be wealth. It can also be monetary. It can also be wealth is many things. Wealth is your home. Wealth is your family, your value systems, So all of these things come in with this. But it's also saying that some sort of decision is required here. So in order to move you forward, you will need to take a step in a direction which may be a little bit unfamiliar to you. So don't be afraid to try something new or to take a step in a different direction. Don't be afraid, because some sort of action is required. Don't allow your fears to hold you back. Try new things, move and shake, go with what is around you. But have in mind that you are trying to grow. You are trying to grow things, and you have got a gardener's mindset, because this is a very earthy element, and that is about nature. Also, all natural things come in, and this has already been mentioned with the natural therapies, natural remedies, so that may be relevant for you. But this is about grounding yourself as well. If you are a spiritual person, or if you are a channeler or a healer or whatever it may be, it's also about grounding yourself physically through the techniques or whatever it is that you